It's interesting how today we've reached a point where a lot of people just don't seem to have hobbies. They aren't into things. Remember that commercial from the 90s, "What's your thing?" Yeah, people don't have those these days. It's fascinating, really, because if I didn't have my things, I would be absolutely nothing. My existence would be meaningless. It would be futile. My things bring me so much joy, energy, and meaning into my life. Do you have things? Think of 3 things right now that you are into, which you invest your time into. My things, my hobbies, my interests, if you will. The things which give me life and make my life worth living are making videos, playing kendama, and playing guitar. And with making videos, that is split up into a multitude of different things. You have the writing part, which is also a thing, which all my videos are scripted, by the way, because honestly, writing is one of my biggest passions. It always has been. And honestly, if I did all of these videos off the top of my head, I would feel like I'm cheating myself a little bit. Writing honestly teaches me so much about the topic in which I'm talking about or are interested in. And I love that because honestly, a lot of the time, I never fully understand the topic or know my feelings on the subject until I sit down and write everything out. So writing, to me, is a teacher, and that makes me the student. Then there's the filming part, and with that, you have to be an engaging entertainer in some way or another. And then there's the setting up and curating the set in which you're filming on, which takes a really keen eye to actually set up something aesthetically pleasing. And then there's the editing part. Hot take, a lot of people hate editing, but I actually really enjoy the whole editing process, even though it takes so fucking long. Honestly, putting something together to be like a cohesive project is such a satisfying feeling. And also, I guess there's going to the gym too. That's also a thing. All of these things I just stated, I'm very passionate about, and all of these things I truly believe define me as a person. And without those things, I would be nothing. They all help me understand things about myself and help me push myself forward as a person. It feels like it gives me a sense of purpose and direction, and as a man and also a human being, those are essential. With all of these things, I have really learned how creative, determined, patient, understanding, willing to learn and adapt, while staying absolutely disciplined with all of the things that I am interested in. It's very healthy to have these, and I really don't even know why I'm saying this, because having hobbies, passions, or things are essential to human growth and life. But I feel like so many people don't have things as a part of their lives, and honestly, it's a pretty sad thing to see. I've worked with so many dudes whose existence is solely their jobs. They kind of just go to work, go home, relax, watch Netflix, pass out, and repeat. I've known girls who have literally absolutely no hobbies besides going on their phones, where all they do is scroll TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and whatever it is that fills their instant gratification brains for that very moment. It's not even a gender specific thing with both of these examples which I just stated, because both guys and girls are prone to these lifestyles. And then there's people who just do absolutely nothing but indulge in substances to pass the time and distract themselves from their lives, to dive solely into the instant gratification of these said substances. I feel like the whole not having things thing is very common within people. Apparently 20% of people have absolutely no hobbies. That's 1 in every 5 people in which you meet. That's a lot of things to not be had. I understand that work is difficult. It takes up 1/3 of our waking hours, and for some people, unfortunately, it takes up more than that due to the long hours in which they have to work to survive. And life is very tiring. We have responsibilities. You can't always be grinding on things. And you honestly have to take the time to relax and decompress from the things that life has thrown at you during the day. But you honestly just need to stop and take the time when you can to work on something for yourself that enriches your soul. Getting some kind of hobby that gives your life meaning so you can put in the time, effort, and energy into the delayed gratification in which it brings is honestly so rewarding, and you can really be so much more in touch with yourself. I honestly believe that having things truly leads to a happier and longer life. Who doesn't want a happy and fulfilled life? I know I want that. That's pretty much all I want out of life. Without fulfillment through things, we're honestly a void trying to fill that hole through unhealthy habits, which honestly just make us feel more hollow within the process. I honestly find it weird that I even need to say this, but seeing people the absence of things in their lives really pushes me to do so. Scrolling social media, indulging in substances, wasting time on Netflix, it's such a waste of your existence. And you could be so much more than that. We truly are not meant to be living life, scrolling Instagram, and figuring out that Rebecca had pancakes for breakfast, or that Ricky did some dumb shit again. Typical Ricky, by the way. Kid's a fucking dumbass. Or passing endless hours mindlessly watching Netflix, binge watching some stupid fucking show that by the time that it's over, the show in which you binge watch has absolutely no effect on your life from here on out, and you give it virtually no thought ever again, making that whole experience an absolute waste of time. Like, honestly, moving on from that, I truly believe that our main purpose on Earth is creation. Some people honestly think that our purpose is procreation, but creation and procreation, the only difference is a 3-letter word. It's the exact same shit, but different result. Everything in this world is a creation from somebody. This microphone in which I'm recording with, someone created it. This neon light, somebody also created it. These earphones, a creation. You get it, right? Everything around us is a creation, and without these creations, we would be in caveman times banging our heads against the wall without fire. Because guess what? Fire is also a creation. The things we create provide value to others and help people throughout their lives. We educate and elevate. Like these videos that I create on my channel, I try my best for them to be valuable to you. Whether it's through these talks about life, making you laugh through any means in which I can, or providing peace and tranquility through my slow down with some rain videos, or what have you. And then there's playing kendama. It gives me something to work towards, it gives me goals while staying completely disciplined towards something, because anybody who's played kendama knows it is the hardest fucking thing you'll ever have to learn, while at the same time it keeps me grounded. And through playing kendama, I like to provide value with like making little trick videos for all of you, which a lot of people find pretty entertaining. And I hope through those it will inspire somebody to want to pick one of those up for themselves. Because it's truly a life-changing thing, man. Learning that fucking Japanese skill toy brings so much joy and satisfaction and makes you feel emotions you thought you could never feel. Like grinding towards a trick for hours and fucking nailing it finally and sticking the trick from there on out. Dude, it's such an insane feeling. And then there's me playing guitar, and through that, it really grounds me, relaxes me, and the people that hear me play, it has the same effect on them. And I think that's so fucking cool to be able to play an instrument and it just provide peace and tranquility to people. Or if you're playing like metal or something, it just gets them amped up. Like I love provoking emotion and within others. All of the things that I just explained gives my life some deep meaning. And what's life without meaning? Well, it's meaningless. I feel like people who don't have these defining things in which they're into, they're scared to step out of their comfort zone and experience new things. And that being scared to try new things, well, that's called resistance. And that is humans' greatest enemy. Resistance truly holds us back from who we really are. Like for instance, how making these videos for you is truly my greatest passion, since it really includes all of the things in which I'm truly passionate about. Some people are way too scared to even try to take the leap to make videos of their own, because honestly, taking that first step is such a nerve-wracking thing to do, and it still is a little bit of a nerve-wracking thing to do. And with that, they just don't end up doing it. Even though if they did, making videos could be extremely beneficial for them because it could be one of their things. Except they just don't know it yet. Or they do, but they just don't take the leap because they're too scared to do it. Because you know why? They let resistance get the best of them. I was letting resistance get the best of me, but a good buddy of mine actually pushed me to make videos of my own. I wanted to review movies. Like, honestly, I really wanted to review movies. This was like 5 or 6 years ago now. I was huge into movie culture. I used to watch a lot of Cody Leach back in the day, and he was somebody that I really resonated with on a lot of his opinions. So seeing how he was really good at what he was doing, especially with our opinions being so similar, I knew that if I took that leap, I could probably be pretty alright at making videos. But I was just too scared to take the dive. My buddy honestly convinced me after a very long talk to give it a shot, and through all of that anxiety and pushing through the resistance, I gave it a try, and I am here where I am today because of that. So with that, thank you. Looking back at all of those videos that I made, they're all gone, by the way. Don't even try looking back. They're all on private. They weren't that good, but from that experience, I learned so much from all of that. Those videos are honestly what put me into the position that I'm in right now, because if I didn't listen to his words and push through the heavy resistance in which I was feeling, I probably wouldn't be here right now, and I'd probably still be pondering the idea of making videos. Even though I've been on YouTube half my life, I used to make videos when I was like 15 of like skateboarding and just, I have this one video of like the top 10 guitarists. It probably has like 50,000 views. This is on a really old lost channel, but like, I truly believe I wouldn't be taking YouTube as seriously as I am right now. And I wouldn't be telling all of you guys to get a fucking hobby. I fought resistance and I won. And I really feel like some people who let their resistance win and don't follow through with what their soul is calling them towards are almost, in a way too scared of taking new responsibilities within their lives and are not ready to put in the work in which it brings. When I mean life is work, every second of it, it's fucking hard. And if you're not willing to put in work into your life, you aren't really going to have the most successful life, or even remotely like a successful life in any way. And if you think you can get through life without doing the hard work when you don't feel like it and being happy in the end, well, I don't know what to say, man. That just ain't it. That's just not how it works. When you look at life before social media, before all of this modern instant gratification, the only thing that we had was our work. There was absolutely nothing else. There was no other distractions or soul-draining things in which we wasted our time on. Everybody back then had some sort of valuable skill in which they possessed. I don't know, man. Hobbies or things are fucking dope. And if you don't have one, you should really take the time to develop something for yourself. Life is seriously too short not to spend it on the things that truly resonate with you and to spend it on the things that you love doing. So even if it's making T-Rex sounds, just fucking go for it.
What's your thing?
My thing's sound effects. Here's a T-Rex.